So let me write the first problem of today. You got to find the value of 2x cubed minus 11x square plus 44x plus 27. When x takes a value, or x takes the complex number 25 upon 3 minus 4i. If you ask with your logic how to do this problem, you will just say replace x by the corresponding value. Suppose I'd asked you find the value when x is 1. What you would have done? Wherever x is there, you would have replaced by 1 and easily would have calculated. But when I ask you what is the value of this polynomial when the value of x is this complex number, I cannot do substitution method. It will take hours together for me to do the problem. That is why I need to teach you a second method to do this problem, right? Now, what is the method that I'm going to adopt here? Yesterday I showed you, but once again I'm going to explain to you. I will take what is x. X is 25 upon 3 minus 4i. As I told you before, whenever I see a complex number, I don't like I to lie in the denominator. So I will multiply by the conjugate.
Yeah.
And you would have understood by now what will happen to that 25. Anybody understood what will happen to the 25?
Multiply with the...
What will be the denominator conjugate?
3 plus
Square
4.
of the 3 plus
9.
square of 25.
25 will cancel.
So they will get totally cancelled.
Oh, yeah.
So you will be having only 3 plus 4, right? Little f over, before you start the problem, kya ho jayega? Just mentally you should always calculate. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, I am going to find out another polynomial whose value will give me 0. I start with x equal to 3 plus 4i. Bring all the real term to one side. So x minus 3i is 4i. So the term with I alone on one side. Now square it. Expand.
6 minus 16
X square minus 6x
plus
brings us
25.
to that 25 is 0. Just tell me what is the meaning of the statement. Don't say it's a quadratic equation. What is actually the meaning of the statement?
Equation, sir.
When x takes this value, that time the value of x square minus 6x plus 25 is 0. But then immediately you will tell me, sir, who asked you to find this? We have to find out the value of this. Why are you finding out the value of this? What we can do is, by knowing the value of this, we can calculate the value of this very easily. So for that, what I do is, I make another idea. Ideas rules the world. Okay. What is the idea I'm going to use is, if I want to write this 15 in a different way, I divide 15 by, let's say, 6. I get 12 and remainder 3. So 15 can be written as product of this both 2 into 6 plus 3. Same way, I can write this as a multiple of this plus some remainder. Okay, so how will I do that? If I want to write 15 as a multiple of 6 plus remainder, I must divide by 6. If I want to write this in terms of this, I must divide 2x cubed minus 11x square plus 44x plus 27 should be divided by x square.
Square minus 6x plus 25.
Now we have to learn what we do in division. What do you do in division? Tell me what you do in division. The highest term will be divided by the highest term. What is the highest term here? 2x cubed.
2x cubed.
Should be divided by the highest term. What is the highest x here? X square.
X square.
what you get is 2x.
2x.
So 2x multiplies 2x cube.
X cube.
Multiply this minus 12x square.
X.
Multiply this plus 50x.
50x. That's it.
After that, what I should do? Just compare 15 I divided by 6. After this, what did I do? I subtracted and I wrote 3 here, right? So here also I need to subtract. How do you subtract? Change the sign and add. So this both will get cancelled. That's why always we are dividing this by this and writing, so that when you multiply this both, they both become same and get cancelled. So x square minus 6x plus 27. Again, divide x square by x square, you will get 1. So you will get x square minus 6x plus 25. So the remainder is 2. So what I can write? Just recap. What did I do here? 15 can be written as 2 into 6. 6 multiple plus remainder. So same way, 2x cube minus 11x square plus 44x plus 27 can be written as, just hold on, hello, the C wing 1604. 1604. Okay. Then multiply this both. 2x plus 1 into x square minus 6x plus 25 plus the remainder 2. That became 2x plus 1. Now we said that when x takes this value, x square minus 6x plus 25 is 0. So this bracket is 0. So the answer is 0 into anything is 0. Only 2 is remaining. So the value of this polynomial or value of this expression is 2. Have you understood the technique?
Yes.
Logically, have you understood? Yes.
Yes,
Logically,
sir.
have you understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now tell me, why only squaring here? Why don't you do cube?
1.
Can anybody tell me why only square? एकदम randomly मैंने square किया, तो आप पूछना चाहिए ना सर क्यों square? Cube भी कर सकता है ना? Cube करेगा तो x cube मिलेगा, आपको जल्दी मिलेगा आंसर.
But that why we can to remove that I.
I will not get removed. If you cube it, I cube will give you minus I.
Minus I.
उधर रहेगा. Then I will not be able to get the division.
Okay.
Understood. So I should square it because I don't want an I inside my expression. The expression which becomes 0 should not contain I. All of you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Can you practice without looking at the board once?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, we are trying the same problem. X is equal to 5 upon 1 minus 2i. So I'll multiply by the conjugate. 5 into 1 plus 2i divided by 1 minus 2i into 1 plus 2i. Anam, 5 into 1 plus 2 divided by 1 plus 4 will come now, denominator.
Ha.
So they both will get cancelled. So you will have only,
Sir, I did calculation mistake.
yeah. So this mentally, most of the time, this will get cancelled with the denominator.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After you have done that, what is the next step?
Sir, you bring the real part to real part.
Yeah.
And
X
square
is
it.
1 plus 2i. So x minus 1 is 2i.
Squaring
Square
both.
it. Square both. So x square minus 2x plus 1 equal to square here. I didn't put the square.
Minus 4.
So your statement says x square minus 2x plus 5 equal to 0.
Yes.
What is the meaning of the statement? When x takes value, the value of x square minus 2x plus 5 equal to 0. We are talking about the value. It is not a quadratic equation to get what is x. It is When x takes this particular value, the value of this quadratic equation is 0.
Is 0. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, let's see the division part.
Sir, actually there was a connectivity issue, so I had to rejoin.
Yeah, no problem. You don't have to speak. So x cube plus x square minus x plus 22 divided by x square minus 2x plus 5. So tell me, you divided x cube by x square, you got x.
Yes,
So
sir.
x cube minus 2x square plus 5x.
Plus 5.
Now change the sign. So 3x square minus 6x plus 22. Again divided, you got 3. 3x square minus 6x plus 15.
Plus 15.
So remainder 7.
7.
So your answer became, so x cube, this x cube plus x square minus x plus 22 can be written as x plus 3 multiplied with x square minus 2x plus 5
plus 7.
plus 7.
Plus 7.
This became x plus
0.
3 into 0.
0.
Plus 7.
Plus
So
7.
your answer became 7.
7.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I hope
Yes,
everybody
sir.
has followed. Anybody
Yes,
still
sir.
feeling any difficulty in division or any other part?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then we are moving to one more problem after this. Slightly different. That's the last problem. Find the value of, 1 minute. Yeah. Find the value of x raised to 4 plus 9x cube plus 35x square minus x plus 4 if x is equal to minus 5 plus root of minus 4. You've got to find the value of this expression when x takes value this. So first of all, how will you start?
X is equals to minus 5 plus 4. Minus
X
1.
is equal to minus 5 plus root of minus 4.
Minus
So x equal to minus 5
minus 5
plus,
plus 2y.
so x plus 5 is equal to 2y. Square it.
Squaring.
X plus 5 the whole square is minus 4. When I square this, 4 I square minus. So okay, I'll write it as 2. 1 minute. I'll write as 2y square. So x square plus 10x plus 25 is minus 4. So x square plus 10x plus 29 equals 0. This would be your answer. After you have done that, what we'll do?
Divide.
Divide this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to divide it. So x square plus 10x plus 29 going to divide x raised to 4 plus 9x cube plus 35x square minus x plus 4. This shall be little more steps than the previous one because it's 4th degree. Okay. So we are going to divide x raised to 4 divided by x square. X raised to 4 divided by x square. How much is that?
X square, sir.
X square. So x raised to 4 plus 10x cube plus 29x square. Everybody agree with what I wrote on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Change the sign. So your answer became minus x cube plus how much? 6x square minus x plus 4. Barabar, no? 35 minus 29 is 6. No? Now divide minus x cube by x square. So minus x. So minus x. So multiplies minus x cube. So always this both will be same number. Minus 10x square minus 29x. When you take the difference, this will get cancelled. 16x square minus plus 28x plus 4. You agree with this?
Yes, sir.
Now again, divide 16x square by x square. How much you'll get?
16, sir.
16. So plus 16. So 16x square, 16 and 160x. 29 into 16. Calculate and tell me. 29 and 16.
464, sir.
Yes. When you change the sign, you'll get minus 132. X is present in this. This time remainder has got x minus 460. So this problem is slightly different from the previous problem. In the previous problem, remainder was only a number. This time, remainder has got x in it.
Yeah.
So now my answer question will become, so x raised to 4 plus 9x cube plus 35x square minus x plus 4 will be equal to x square minus x plus 16 multiplied with x square plus 10x plus 29. Then the remainder. What is the remainder? 132x minus 460. Now this will become 0. So x square minus x plus 16 into 0 minus 132x minus 460. So finally my answer has got only two terms. I hope you are understanding this time, slight difference,
Yes.
variation. Okay.
So it will be
So my answer became, I'm continuing with this step from this equal to sign, I'm continuing. Minus 132x minus 460. Now what I'll do, x value is defined in my question. What is the x value defined in my question?
Minus 5.
So I got to replace that over here.
Oh.
So that became minus 132 multiplied with 5 will give you how much? 660.
16.
And this will give you minus 264i. Minus 460. So the answer for this problem will be 200 minus 264i. So this time the answer is not a real number. The answer is a complex number.
complex number.
I hope you understood the technique.
Yes, sir.
So don't think that always a remainder will be only a number. It can also be x. X term can be present. If x term is present, x should be replaced by whatever the original complex number given to you. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Now what I'm going to teach you is Argand's diagram. Okay. You know that if I ask you to show number 5, you will immediately draw a number line. Mark 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You will show me, sir, this is 5. But how will I show a complex number? Where is the, I want to visualize a complex number. How will I be able to show a complex number? A complex number is shown or plotted on an Argand's diagram. A real number is plotted on a real number line. So how will we plot a Argand's diagram? Your Argand's diagram is nothing but your graph paper. It is your graph paper. Imagine the y-axis. This is the x-axis. In Argand's diagram, we don't say x-axis. This is called horizontal axis and this is vertical axis. Horizontal axis is called the real axis. And the vertical axis is called the imaginary axis. So we write it as R for real, RE for real, and IM for imaginary. Suppose I want to plot, let's say 2 plus 3i. What I do is, I'll first of all mark 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Same here, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 1. I think everybody know how to plot a point.
Yes.
2 plus 3i is nothing but 2, 3. How to plot the point 2, 3?
In the first quadrant.
1, 2. This is 1, 2.
Real axis.
This is 3.
And 3.
Now look at what actually I'm going to do. I need to imagine a line which is perpendicular and passing through 2. I should imagine another line passing through 3. Where do they intersect? That point is known as 2 plus 3i.
2 plus 3. Yeah.
This diagram which I've drawn on the board is called the Argand's diagram. Okay. So how will I plot, let's say, minus 1 plus 4, 3i.
So in this
So this will correspond to minus 1, 3.
Minus 1, 3.
Minus 1
That's
is over
it.
here.
3.
3
Y.
is same thing only. So what I'll do, I'll draw a line through minus 1, x equal to minus 1. This is known as x equal to minus 1. Where do they intersect?
it
This
is
point.
minus 1 plus 3.
And that point is known as minus 1 plus 3i.
Minus 3i.
All of you understood how to plot the graph?
Yes. Sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir. Now, 2, 3 things I'll explain, then only you start writing. Don't write now.
Mm.
Now, I'm going to tell you, we calculated what is known as modulus of a complex number, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, we are going to see what is complex numbers modulus. We want to visualize. Can you see a length from origin to this point? This length from year till year is known as modulus of 2 plus 3i. Check whether what I said is correct or wrong. You know that this length is 2. You know that this length is 3.
3.
So by Pythagoras theorem, this is a right angle triangle.
Yes. Sir.
Pythagoras theorem, what will be the hypotenuse? Root of 2 square plus 3 square, right?
Yes.
That is
Yes, sir.
exactly the modulus. If z is a plus bi, how did I calculate modulus of z? Root of a square plus b square. It is nothing but distance from origin to the point which you have plotted. So modulus means a distance. It is a distance from the origin to the point.
Coordinate.
Then one more thing I want to teach you. Argument of z. Or
So
another
this
name.
is Pythagoras theorem also you could say it now somewhat,
Yes, I have
because
used-
that is
Yeah, I have used Pythagoras theorem. That's why I told you right angle triangle. No?
yeah.
So argument of z or amplitude of z. It is nothing but from the x-axis. How much should I rotate? Look at this. The angle through which it has to be rotated. From where should I start? From here. How much should I rotate to reach here? Whatever the angle I'm rotating from positive x-axis to reach here, that angle is known as argument of z. So which is the argument of z here? What is the argument of z here?
Angle.
This angle.
90 degree.
Angle.
No, opposite to 90.
Did you follow that?
Yes.
Whatever the angle that is required for rotating from positive x-axis to reach this point is called as argument of z. Did you follow? All of you have followed? So
Yes,
two
sir.
things I've taught you. What do you mean by how do you plot a point on a Argand's diagram? What is how you to see the modulus of a complex number? How to visualize the argument of a complex number? Is that clear to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now you are going to do a job. You are going to plot the complex number (3 minus 2i). Also show the modulus and argument of 3 minus 2i in the Argand's diagram. Okay, can you do this yourself?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
First, you draw x and y axis. So I'm just plotting now. Usually this comes in 2 marks. Plot the real z,
Imaginary Z.
imaginary z. This is negative real z, negative imaginary.
Imaginary Z.
Z means complex number. Your complex number is z is 3 minus 2i. So 3 on the real axis and minus 2 on the imaginary axis. Okay, I'm not making it. Then you will draw a perpendicular line from minus 2 like this, and a perpendicular line on the x-axis through 3.
Yeah.
Now wherever they intersect, this point is 3 minus 2i. This is your set. So you have plotted, the first part is completed. Second part, you have to show the modulus. Modulus is nothing but this distance. I'll do one thing. I'll denote this by P. Instead of Z, let me denote this by P. So the point P represents the complex number (3 minus 2i). Length OP is equal to root of 3 square plus minus 2 square. That is root of 9 plus 4 is 13. So modulus of Z is nothing but length OP. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Then argument of Z, ARG if you write, it is read as argument. It is the angle through which we have to rotate from where? From the positive x-axis. How much we should rotate to reach this point. That is what is argument. How much was the angle? Did you hear me properly? From positive x-axis, rotate anti-clockwise direction, and how much ever you are required to reach this position, that angle is known as argument of Z. So argument of Z is nothing but an angle. Everybody clear about it?
Yes, sir.
Mark it.
Yes, sir.
So how will you mark that? Like this, you will draw an arrow mark. And this is known as, let's call this by theta. So theta represents the argument. The angle theta, okay? Angle theta represents the argument. Resume recording. Okay. Now see here, I'm going to write the number and you have to tell me what is its modulus and argument without any calculation. देके बताना. Complex number 2 plus 0i. So where is 2 plus 0i? Either है ना on x-axis.
Positive there.
What is the distance from 0 to this point P?
2, sir.
So if I call this as Z, modulus of Z is 2. How
Yes,
much
sir.
should I rotate from x-axis to reach this point? 0 degrees.
0 degree.
So argument of Z is 0. 0 degrees. Now I'm going to write next number. Z is 3i. What do you mean by 3i?
0 plus
0 plus 3i.
3i.
What do you mean by 0 plus 3i? 0, 3.
0, 3i.
0,
Where is 0, 3?
Okay.
This point.
Yeah.
So this is 3i.
Modulus
Now
of
tell me what is the modulus of Z?
3.
3. Very good. What is the argument of Z?
90.
90.
Very good.
90
Excellent.
degrees.
90 degrees. Why 90 degrees? I
Plus
must
8 times
rotate
90.
Yeah.
90 degrees to reach here.
Yes.
So we are not using any formula. Just looking logically, we are saying what is the argument. Is it okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
argument of Z
Yes,
is
sir.
90 degrees. So if I write, what is argument of AI if A is greater than 0? आपका आंसर क्या हो जाएगा?
A.
What is argument of AI if A is a positive number?
90.
90 degrees. Because what do you mean by AI when A is positive? 3i, 5i, 7i, 25i. Whatever it is going to be on the imaginary Z, positive imaginary Z. Hence axis. So the rotation that is required will be always 90 degrees. All of you followed? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
tell me
sir.
next
Yes.
one. What is the modulus and argument of the number -4? So what do you mean by -4? -4 plus 0.
4 plus 0i.
Where is that number?
It's in the second quadrant.
It is not the quadrant, on the axis.
Sorry.
Quadrant is inside. Quadrant is inside,
Mhm.
on the axis.
Yeah.
Which axis? On the negative
Negative
L
Z.
part or negative y axis, x-axis you can say. This point is -4 plus 0i.
Yes, sir.
So what is argument of Z?
4.
180. 180 degrees, sir.
180. Yeah,
Argument,
180.
180.
Sorry.
argument is 180 degrees.
180.
180 degree.
What is modulus of Z?
4.
4, no negative.
Hmm.
Modulus is distance. Distance
Distance
from
is not
origin to this
negative.
point is 4 unit. Therefore, modulus of Z is 4. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the argument of -a if A is positive?
180 degrees.
180 degrees. All of you followed? Okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
let's come to the next case. What is argument of -3i? What is the argument of -3i? And what is modulus of -3i? Tell me. Where is -3i?
Negative imaginary.
Do you agree with this point?
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
-3i.
Yes, sir.
So tell me argument of Z. How much is
70.
required for rotating?
270 degrees.
Here I
270.
must start,
20 degrees.
rotate and reach here. How much I rotated?
270 degree.
70.
270 degrees. So argument is 270 degrees. And modulus is 3.
3.
I hope all of you understood. On the axis,
Yes,
how
sir,
to
understood.
calculate argument and modulus, by just visualization you can do it. So I'm going to stop today's lecture with this much. I'll continue argument and modulus in next class.